Okay, as you can see, Dogwood Enterprises, Inc. sold it to South Fork Homes, and South Fork Homes sold it to Jason and Sean Edwards. Now, let's go back another deed. Now, in the assessor's office, they told us the next deed back was 435, page 214. Now, as you can see, I pulled book 435, and let's flip to page 214. Now, this is a limited warranty deed, and Robert G. Hill sold it to Dogwood Enterprises. So now, as you've learned in the online course, to take the person in the grantor position and the next deed back, move them to the grantee position, or the buyer. And let's go ahead and abstract the information onto your link sheet from this deed. It's dated 8/6/98. It's recorded 8/17/98. The consideration is $10. And the legal description, this is where it changed because this is the developer of the property. It is 9.89 acres. So we have 89.89 acres. And the seller to Dogwood Enterprises is Robert G. Hill. Now, let's focus in on this chain of title. Let's take a look and see what we have here. As you can see, back in '98, Robert G. Hill sold to Dogwood Enterprises almost 90 acres of property. Now, they obviously developed the property and created lots, and what they did is sold these lots off. Now, they bought 89 acres, and then they sold to, Dogwood Enterprises sold to South Fork Home Lot 69, Block A. So they subdivided this 89 acres and created a subdivision, and they sold Lot 69, Block A to South Fork Homes and on 12/5/2000. Now, South Fork Homes obviously is a home builder, and they built the house, and then they, on 2/15/2001, sold the property to Jason Edwards and Sean Edwards. So that's what they did. The developer created the lots, then sold the lots to people that build houses, South Fork Homes. So South Fork Homes built the house on it and then sold it to the Edwards. And that's how it works. Now, we're doing a full title search. We need to go back 50 years. Now, Dogwood Enterprises bought the property in 1998. Well, obviously, that's not back 50 years. So we need to continue going backwards in time until we get to 50 years ago. So now we don't have any more deed references because we only had 3 that we received from the tax assessor's office. So we're going to use the grantee books, and we're going to grantee backwards in time, finding the deeds to the rest of the chain of title. So come with me, and let's use the grantee books and find the next deed back. Okay, here we are in the grantee books, and we're running Robert G. Hill from 8/6/98. So as you can see down here, I pulled the grantee books, and we start with 8/6/98. That's our last deed. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this book, and I'm looking for Robert G. Hill, and I'm looking for, as you would focus in on the link sheet, Robert G. Hill sold at Dogwood Enterprises. So we're looking for the deed into Robert G. Hill, 89.89 acres. So let's continue from 8/6/98. Okay, Robert G. Hill, 36 acres, 37, 41, and 133. We're looking for 89.89 acres. And that's all the Robert G. Hills that are located in this book, so I'm positive it's not in this book. So we'll put this one away, and we'll continue backwards in time. We'll go back to the previous years. And what we do, we keep going back in time until we find the deed into it. Robert G., there is a Robert G., 133 acres. That is not our property. We're looking for the 89.89 acres. We're going to continue backwards in time again. Robert G., 99 acres. 6 acres. This person obviously purchased quite a bit of property. It's not in this book. We're going to continue backwards in time. Robert G. 36 acres, 12 acres, 36 acres. Okay, the 89.89 acres is not in this book, so we're going to continue backwards in time. We continue to do this until we find the deed into Robert G. Hill. Robert G., 12 acres. It's not in this book. Robert Jill, 8 acres. 12 acres, 12 acres. This person obviously has purchased quite a bit of property over the years, so we see his name in here quite often. Okay, here's the property, 89.89 acres, and it's in the book 87, page 43. Okay, we just found the book 87, so we're going to go ahead and pull this book and abstract the information onto our link sheet just as we did from the other previous deeds. Okay, in this deed, the grantor is Harold Akins. Harold Akins, and it's a warranty deed, book 87, page 43, and it's dated 5/13 of 87, and it's recorded 5/14 of 87. $10 consideration, and again, it's the 89.89 acres. So as you can see from this link sheet, Harold Akins sells it to Robert Hill on this date. Robert Hill sells it to Dogwood Enterprises on that date. Dogwood Enterprises to South Fork Homes on that date. South Fork Homes to the Edwards on that date. Now, we're doing a full 50-year search, and our deeds only go back to 5/13 of 87. So that's not back far enough, so let's use the grantee books again and continue back in time until we get back, until we find the deed in the Harold Akins. Come with me. Okay, as you can see of our link sheet, we filled up the first link sheet, so I'm going to go ahead and continue with another one. Now, Harold Akins sold the property on 5/13/87, so if he was the seller on this deed, he had to be the buyer on the previous deed. So we're going to take and move his name down here to the grantee position, which is where he will be on the next deed back. So, we don't have this deed into Mr. Akins, so what we're going to do is we're going to grantee his name, just like we did Hill, from 5/13/87, and we're looking for 89.89 acres. So let's go ahead and start in the grantee book, and we'll look for Mr. Harold Akins. Akins, page 5.